welcome to Tarot and Chill. My name's Nisha, and this is a pick a card reading to find out who's talking about you and what they're saying. I've got 4 groups for you to choose from today. Group 1 is the Jade. Group 2 is the Turquoise heart thing. Group 3 is the dark green Aventurine. And group 4 is the green Agate. Please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to make your choice. Otherwise I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be in the description box. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy this video. That really helps me out with YouTube's algorithm. And thank you so much to everyone who's already subscribed, booked readings with me, donated, left me lovely comments and liked my videos. I'm so grateful for you guys. Also, before we jump into the readings, I've started doing daily readings on Instagram and little channeled messages from Spirit on Twitter. So if you're interested in seeing either of those, then please come and follow me. I'd be really happy to see you guys over there. See you in your reading. This reading is for you if you chose the Jade. Let's see what cards you have. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. From the Urban Tarot, you have the Prince of Swords, the Hacker, the Ace of Swords, then from the Good Tarot, you have the Nine of Water, and the High Priestess. And then from the Light Seas Tarot, you have the King of Swords, the Devil, the Five of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. I pulled a lot of cards today, so let me just tune in for a minute to see the full picture of what's going on here. I'm seeing a few possibilities, so for some of you, I feel like this is somebody who you work with. And it might be somebody younger than you, it might be somebody who's kind of interested in being friends with you at work, is what I'm feeling. And if that's the case, I feel like they're kind of interested in collaborating with you on a work project, maybe. And they might be kind of looking at your work and talking about your work. And talking about their desire to communicate with you, or talking about their desire to maybe ask you to work for them or work with them. Like it could be a company that want you to work for them, maybe. So yeah, if you've been applying for jobs, I feel like maybe the people you interviewed with are talking about you and talking about how they are thinking about offering you the job, is what I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing the potential that it's somebody who you don't really see, but they kind of watch you from a distance, like they might watch your social media posts. They might watch you online in some way, or maybe you just stay in touch with them via, a lot of us don't really see each other face to face nowadays, and it's like a lot of electronic communication, so maybe that's the case. But I'm seeing it's somebody who talks about, I feel like if that's the case and it's somebody you haven't seen for a long time and they're kind of watching your social media, and it could be somebody in your family for some of you guys, I feel like they talk about missing you and thinking about you and how they've kind of tried to reach out and maybe felt like you've ignored them. And I feel like if it's your family, they might feel like, or there might be certain people in your family who are saying, oh, so-and-so is just out having fun all the time, they never call us, never come and see us. But I do feel like there's other people in your family that say, oh, actually they're working really hard, I've been watching how hard they're working. whenever I hear from them, they're just really busy kind of thing. I'm feeling that might be like a conversation between family members. I'm also feeling, yeah, like if it is someone who watches you online and hasn't seen you, I feel like they talk about how mysterious you are and how beautiful you are and how desirable you are, like they're interested in you. And they're shy, I think. And they might talk about how there's like a lot of other people interested in you. For some of you guys, this is somebody who, to go for more specific people, for some of you guys, this is a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Somebody who's, I'd say, between the ages of 20 and 40. And yeah, like I said, it could be someone you work with. But this person's just they're very cautious and very slow to move. And I feel like they're talking about wanting to, for some of you guys, they're talking about wanting to start like a physical relationship with you. I'm seeing like they might talk about how attractive they find you and how they'd like to ask you out on a date. But maybe they're not really sure if they have what you want. And they're not really sure if they... Yeah, I'm feeling like they're not really sure if they have enough to put in the effort that you might need from them. Like they might just want it to be fun and not really sure if they want to like commit to anyone. So they might kind of just fantasize about you and talk about that to people. I am seeing that there's somebody who misses you, and it might be somebody quite negative for you guys. For some of you guys, this could be like a toxic ex, especially if you were married in the past. I'm seeing like it could be your ex-husband, ex-wife. And they're talking about how... I feel like they might be kind of blaming external influences for breaking up the relationship. And saying like how unfair it was and how much they would like you back. That's obviously not for everyone. But I do feel like for some of you there's an ex talking about you and how much they would like you back and how frustrated they are at the way the relationship ended. And maybe talking about how they would like to offer you back, but thinking you're really happy you moved on without them. They might be talking about, are they happy or are they still missing me, your ex? Especially if you know mutual people, I feel like they might ask them, like, do you know if they're happy or do they still miss me? And I do feel like this person tries to find out information about you. For some of you guys, if you're like famous at all, I feel like this person talks to people like in forums about you. That's obviously not for everyone. I'm seeing... This might be somebody you're really attracted to who talks about you a lot as well, I'm seeing. Especially if you've kind of had a thing with them. And especially if they're like not really in your life anymore, I'm seeing. Like if it was somebody who you kind of had a brief... I feel like a brief fling that never really went anywhere. And you're still quite attracted to them and still kind of fantasize about them. I feel like that person still talks about you. Especially if it's someone you know through work. Like if it's someone you met via work, I feel like they really try and find out about you. Like they might ask anyone they know in common with you. Is what I'm seeing. Yeah, like generally I feel like this person, like what they talk about is trying to find information about you. And also I feel like your work or work, something to do with work. So for a lot of you do work with this person. And on top of that is also how attractive you are and mysterious and how they would like to know more about you. I think that's why they want to know you more, because they find you mysterious. And for some of you, that might be because it's an ex and you've stopped talking to them. And now you're kind of a mystery. For some of you guys, it's somebody who's never... Yeah, for some of you guys, it's somebody who's never expressed their interest and they want to, but they kind of... I feel like they're shy and they're kind of scared and they don't really know if you'll accept them or not. So again, they're trying to find out as much as they can about you. For signs, we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then Virgo, Aquarius, Gemini. But I don't want to like go too much into the signs because like there's so many of them here, it just seems kind of redundant at that point. But it can be really helpful for some people. But I'm seeing it could be somebody who's like very good with computers. Somebody very intellectual and scientific. It could be somebody who's like a very negative influence on you. Or somebody who was very negative in your life, like an ex-partner who was quite toxic. Or somebody who like maybe tried to get you into bed or something. And then for some of you guys, it's someone you're missing. And some of you guys, like I said, it's someone in your family or someone you work with. What other specifics am I seeing? Could be somebody who owes you money as well, I'm seeing for some of you guys. Or someone you owe money to. But especially if they owe you money, I'm seeing they're talking about like maybe the fact that they can't afford it. Yeah, I'm seeing that strongly actually. If somebody owes you money, like they want to pay you back and they're thinking about how can I afford this? Can't really afford it, and talking to people about the fact that they can't. Maybe asking other people for money to pay the debt. But yeah, that's not for everyone, obviously. I do feel like this person's thinking about you a lot as well, so for some of you, they're not talking as much as they are thinking. I feel like this person might be thinking about you with like a sense of dread over something. And it might be something they've done that's left them out in the cold with you, which might be why they're missing you now. And they kind of, I feel like they think you're happier without them, but they kind of want to come towards you, I feel. But yeah, this person, for some of you guys, if it is like the ex, this person has quite a negative energy about them. And for some of you, I do feel like this person talks about you in a way that's like they're thinking about you in quite a physically exclusive way, like they would want to have a physically exclusive relationship with you. But they also want to talk to you, I'm seeing. And they want to find out as much as possible, like they are very interested. And they do fantasize about you, and they find you extremely mysterious and attractive. And yeah, like they want to know as much as possible, but I do feel like they want to keep things casual. If that's the case, and maybe that's the ex, and maybe that's why they're left out in the cold now. Yeah, I don't want to talk for too long, so I think I'm going to leave it there, but I hope you found that helpful, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy this reading, and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of videos like these. If you're interested in short daily messages, then I post on both Twitter and Instagram daily. So follow me over there if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the turquoise heart. Let's see what cards you have. In the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Five of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles. And the Emperor. From the Urban Tarot, you have the Seven of Swords, Failure. The Tower. And then from the Good Tarot, you have the Five of Fire, so the Five of Wands again, and the Moon. From the Light Seers Tarot, you have the Page of Swords and the Moon. Interesting. Let me just put this over here because you've got two doubles, so that's very interesting. So yeah, double Five of Wands. So I feel like this person's quite stressed about things. It may be relating to work, or maybe you guys have argued. Maybe you guys have some problems in your relationship. If you're married and you have a husband, this could be your husband talking about you. And there could be some anxiety and stress within the marriage. Or if your partner's a male, or if you have any really significant male in your life who you're arguing with, it's that person. It could also be someone you're in business with, someone you make money with. If you have like a business partnership with somebody, it could be that person. Especially if you guys are kind of arguing about things at the moment, I feel like they could be talking about that. And talking about like little things that are going wrong. In general, if you have like a relationship with somebody where things are going wrong, it's that person and that's what they're saying. They're saying... I feel like they're saying things are kind of collapsing with something, and they might be a bit overdramatic. And it might be because they're kind of insecure and in their feelings. This could be somebody who's quite emotional. I'm seeing they're very rational, but they also have like this emotional side. And for some of you, they could be talking about you, saying you're really emotional. And there's like a conflict between, I feel like, pragmatism and emotion, like being rational and being emotional. For some of you, this could be your dad talking about you. And there might be some stress and anxiety and information that needs to be shared. There might be some like problems going on. And it might be your dad kind of talking about a situation, like maybe it involves you. Maybe it involves a lot of people. This could be a situation that involves a lot of people. It could be a lot of people talking about you. It could be a lot of people talking about your work. Or your money. I don't know if you guys have recently got a new job or something like that. Maybe that's like a high level. I do feel like you might have some bad people talking about you, kind of willing you to fail. But for the most part, I feel like this is somebody who's... I feel like for most of you, it's somebody who's kind of in a situation where they might be arguing with you. And it might not be that serious, but they might be thinking everything's fallen apart. Because they're emotional, they might be thinking everything's collapsing. Or maybe you've recently broken up with somebody or something. And they're talking about how everything's fallen apart. And especially if you do have like a business with somebody that's not doing so well. I feel like they're talking about that. Yeah, it could be somebody you know from work. If you've been involved in like a group project, it might be that somebody feels like you let them down in some way, like maybe there was some failure with regards to a project. I do feel like for a lot of you, it's a lot of people involved in a situation, and it's a male. It's a male talking about you in relation to a situation where there's a lot of people. And it feels like there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of feelings of failure, and like everything's fallen apart, everything's going wrong. But there's also a lot of interest still, and I feel like somebody's trying to find out information. So maybe when they do talk about you, it's to try and find out information that's currently not available to them, that's like under the surface. Somebody might have an idea, especially if you do have like a joint project with somebody. Somebody might have an idea, but they're kind of anxious about it. Or if it's somebody who you're arguing with, they might want to communicate, but they're kind of anxious because they think there's no point. That's pretty much what I'm seeing. For some of you guys, this could be a sibling as well, if you're arguing with a sibling. And they could be talking about it in like a very dramatic way. And somebody could be gossiping as well. I'm seeing, especially if you work with a lot of people, I feel like the people you work with could be gossiping about you. And it might be because they don't really know things about you. With the moon, like they're kind of unsure and they want to find out more about you. So they're kind of talking amongst themselves. I feel like it could be somebody who feels like they didn't do a good job. And they're kind of anxious about it and they maybe want to find out, like want some feedback. But I do feel like this person's really anxious. Or it could be people and they're talking about the fact that you're anxious, maybe. Something to do with research and reading. Could be something that you do to do with work, maybe. Something to do with people being flighty. And like, yeah, being like let down by people. I'm seeing people failing. Like this person might feel like everyone fails them. Or something. Or like they failed you. It feels like there's a lot of mystery as well with regards to this person and what they're saying about you. Like I feel like they might be asking kind of questions but not really saying much about you, is what I'm getting. Like they don't say much but they kind of have interest in you. And there might be a lot of people around, or a lot of people. It could be like somebody who wants to employ you and they're interested in a lot of people. And they're just trying to find out some stuff, but they're not trying to give too much away. But this person has like this sense of failure. Or there's a sense of failure in the situation. So I don't know why that's there, but there's a lot of anxiety and stress is what keeps coming through. Insecurity, anxiety, stress. And it could be with regards to a material situation. And I feel like somebody's just trying to find out information. With regards to signs, I'm seeing it could be an Aries person, and then it could be Pisces person very strongly, or it could be a Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Taurus. So there's a lot of signs coming through and I don't want you to focus on that. But if it's helpful, sometimes it can be really helpful. So I really hope you enjoyed that. That's pretty much all I have. This person's not talking too much. It's more that they're just like interested, I'm seeing. And there might be quite a few people who are kind of interested, I'm seeing, or like gossiping a little bit. But I hope you enjoyed that group too. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of readings like this. I've also started doing daily readings on Instagram and Twitter, so please come and follow me over there if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the dark green Aventurine. Let's see what cards you have. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Hermit, the Six of Cups, and the Hierophant. From the Urban Tarot, you have the Nine of Pentacles, Gain, and Strength. From the Good Tarot, you have the Page of Earth, and the Nine of Air. Wow. From the Light Seers Tarot, you have the Five of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Two of Swords. It's a lot of swords, so I feel like this person's like thinking about you a lot. And this person might be saying, this person might be like talking negatively. For some of you, this person's talking negatively about others. Like they're in other people's ear. And then for others of you, I feel like this person has other people talking negatively. And I feel like they're thinking very negatively about you and they're kind of caught up in their negative thoughts. Or they might say that about you, like maybe you're surrounded by people who are bad influences and caught up in that. Caught up in negative people and negative environments. Maybe that's what this person says about you. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is somebody from the past or somebody from your family. Somebody you've known since childhood. It could be a sibling, or it could be somebody older in your family. It could be a teacher, like somebody who taught you at school. It doesn't have to be. It could be somebody in a religious setting who you know, who you've known for a very long time. This could be somebody very independent, with the 3 9s being in this spread. It could be somebody you have quite a trying relationship with, I'm seeing. And maybe things were happy in the past. I'm seeing this could be, for some of you, it could be someone you were very close with in the past and then you kind of went off to be on your own. Especially if you were married and have children with somebody and went off to be alone. I feel like this person they might either have like negative family members in their ear talking about you, or they might be talking to other people about you. Or like I said, they could be saying that you have bad influences on you. But yeah, you could be trying to do something, like you could have gone off from family to do something, I'm seeing. Not necessarily a partner and children, but like say your parents or your siblings. And they might be talking about how successful you are. How successful you are and how much effort you're putting in and how hard you're working. But with that, they also might be worried about you, maybe, this person. They might feel like you're involved in some negative situation and be worrying about you. It might also be someone talking about the fact that you cared for them, and maybe it was in the past, maybe you cared about this person in the past, and maybe they won't shut up about you to everyone around them. For some of you, this is your ex and they see you as like a big win, and they tell everyone how beautiful you are, how caring you are to them. Or maybe it's your partner and they tell everyone how caring you are, and they just won't shut up about you. And they just don't care. I'm getting a lot of different messages, so please do take which ones resonate and leave the others, because some of them will be for other people and some of them will be for you. It could be somebody who's kind of concerned, especially if you do like live with other people, they could be concerned about money. Maybe they're concerned about how you spend money. And maybe this person's just like over anxious about everything. But yeah, if you live with someone, I feel like they talk about like how much you go out, what you do when you go out, how worried they are about you when you go out, and things like that. But also about your work and like how successful you are, how much money you make. I do feel for a lot of you it could be like older family members, and they just won't shut up about you to anyone who'll listen. Like, my daughter does this, my son does this, my granddaughter does this, my grandson. Let me show you pictures of my grandson, like that kind of energy. But I also do feel a lot of worry and anxiety, and for some of you it's somebody who talks negatively about you. With all these swords. And it might be someone you've paused communication with, or like I said, left to be on your own. And they could be kind of jealous of your independence and jealous of you leaving them behind. For some of you, but that's not for everyone, like I said. For some people, it might be somebody who feels like they need to apologize to you. But it's like they're really anxious and they feel a lot of guilt and they don't really know how. And I feel like they're thinking about how to move forwards and talking about how to move forwards and talking about what to say. But this one does feel like thinking more than talking for some people. And yeah, they do. For some people, they want to apologize, or they might want you to apologize. And they might be saying how long they've been waiting for something. Or they might be saying they've been really patient with you, or you've been really patient with them. I feel like they do talk a lot about how successful you are, how well you're doing, how impressive what you're doing is, how much they admire you. And I do feel like even if it is a negative person, a lot of what they say is very complimentary. And they do probably say kind things about you as well. And this person probably says you're very independent and successful on your own. This person might kind of get caught up in their negative thinking and like others' negativity. And they might admire the fact that you don't do that so much. They might say that you're really on top of things. In terms of your money and in terms of yourself, I feel like you have a level of self-mastery. For some of you, this is a very wise person. Like, it could be an actual teacher or mentor, or it could just be like a very clever friend or family member. And it could either be somebody who's very introverted or somebody who's like always got negative people surrounding them. I think it depends on which one you are, to an extent. And also it could be a very independent woman. So if you're a very independent woman, it could be like any of the other people. It could be someone from childhood, someone from your family, someone from your friendship circle, especially if it's like a really old friend from childhood. They might be kind of waiting for you to come back. If you did leave and go travel and find yourself and end up somewhere else, they might be kind of waiting for you to come back. It could be an earth sign, especially Virgo or Taurus. And I'm also seeing a lot of signs, to be honest. I'm also seeing Leo coming through very strongly. And Aquarius is coming through really strongly, but the signs are never important. But you might have a pause to communication with this person, and I feel like they've got kind of headache about the situation. And maybe you turned your back on this person, and they talk about that. But I do feel like they talk about your success and how well you're doing. And for some of you, it's with jealousy, and for some of you, it's with pride. But they also worry about you a lot. And I think they talk about wanting you to come back or wanting to like reunite with you. Something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy this reading. And check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I've recently started doing daily readings on Instagram and Twitter, so please follow me over there if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the green Agate. Let's see what cards you have. From the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, you have the Two of Cups, Two of Swords reversed, the Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. Someone's really thinking about you a lot. From the Aventurine, you have the Star reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune. From the Good Tarot, you have Love, which is the Lovers, wow, right underneath the Two of Cups, and the Magician. And then from the Light Seers Tarot, you have the Tower, the Ace of Wands, and the Hermit. I feel like this is someone who kind of feels like hopeless with you, but they really love you. This is somebody, I feel like you either have had or do have a love relationship with them. And it might be in the past for some of you guys, and it might be somebody who's never had anything with you but kind of wants it as well. Somebody who's very, very interested. But this person's like very shy and very, I feel like depressed and anxious and not very clear thinking. And unable to make decisions is what I'm seeing. So it's like they want to rush forwards, but they stop themselves from taking any action towards you. They want to communicate with you a lot, but they might not have any hope. And I'm seeing that they might be just kind of leaving it up to fate. I do feel like this one could be thinking more than talking. What someone's thinking about you rather than what they're actually saying. But if they do say anything, I feel like what they say is they really love you. They really, really love you. They're so attracted to you. They feel so at home with you. They feel so peaceful with you. And I feel like they really want to take action. And they're very interested and they're kind of observing. But things might have kind of fallen apart because this person does feel quite hopeless and negative, I'm seeing. And they seem to be kind of taking some time out, or maybe you're taking some time out. It could be somebody who is, I'm seeing Virgo strongly, I'm seeing Gemini, I'm seeing Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Libra. But mostly I'm seeing it's someone who really loves you, like they're really in love with you. And they feel a lot of attraction towards you, and that's what they say or think about you. But it also feels like one or both of you is just trying to be alone. And like there's no hope in the situation, and things might have changed or transformed, or they might be talking about wanting to transform things. And like start something new. Like things might have ended and they might want to start something new. Maybe this is somebody who's recently got out of a relationship and wants to start something with you, but they're kind of afraid to move forwards. Or maybe it's somebody you're in a relationship with and you've kind of had a breakup and they want to start again, but they feel like there's no hope. I feel like if they do talk about you, because it does seem like mainly thinking, and like they're really spending a lot of time alone, I'm seeing, but if they do talk about you, it's kind of like ways to make you theirs again. What can they do? They're very in love with you, very in love with you. And it might be that communication's like actually blocked. For some of you, you could have blocked this person. You might have had this person's number blocked and they might be trying to message you. They might have sent you loads of messages and you haven't got any of them because their number's blocked. Or somebody who keeps trying and you just don't answer and they've kind of given up hope. And they talk about the fact that they've given up hope and they're kind of just waiting for fate to put you two together again. Yeah, if that's the case, I feel like they just like really wonder about you, what you're doing, if you've blocked them. And really like hoping for a chance to see you again. Kind of dreaming of you. And like imagining the possibilities of what you're doing in your new life without them, I'm seeing. But yeah, I'm seeing for most of you, this person really wants to communicate and they just keep like blocking themselves. And it's like there's a kind of like stuck, standstill kind of energy, but it's like the attempts to break through it are not working is what I'm seeing. So I don't know if that's because of you or the other person. But it does feel like they have no hope. But they still kind of feel like it's fated, I'm seeing. Like they feel like they're meant to be with you. Even though they might not have any hope for right now. But I feel like they still feel a lot of comfort with you and they still feel a lot of affection towards you. And they think about you a lot, but their thoughts are very negative and like I feel like what's the word I'm looking for? Like very negative about themselves, thoughts. Self-demeaning, self-degrading kind of thoughts. But they really do want to communicate and they might be angry, this person, as well, which might be why they're not communicating. Like they might want to be peaceful and calm, but they feel angry. This person has a lot of ideas, and I feel like they are thinking more than talking about you. But they might also talk about you and your ideas and your intelligence. Or they might think about that and the ways you've kind of blown their mind open or planted seeds in their mind. They might tell people that you've kind of changed their thinking. Like this person might be kind of trying to change their life from a very hopeless place, and they might tell people that it's coming from their love for you and the way you've changed, broken apart their mind and their way of thinking and made them reflect. It does feel like this person's kind of wishing for you. So if you do have somebody's number blocked and you don't, I don't know, if you do want to talk to them, then maybe unblock them. But I'm guessing if you've blocked them, it's probably for a reason. But just know this person's still thinking about you anyway. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't really have much more to say about this one. It's pretty straightforward. I feel like this person does really want to take action towards you though. So I do feel like they're thinking about you more than talking to others, because it's like they're trying to formulate a plan so they can talk to you, is what I'm seeing. They just want to talk to you and be with you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that group 4. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you did enjoy this reading. And check out the other content on my channel. I make a lot of readings like this. I recently started doing written readings on Instagram and Twitter, so please follow me over there if you'd like to see that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.